I'm here! What the hell? Oh, right! It's them twin guard thingies that have the APS ejector. The APS ejector bombers. If you like APS ejector bombers, and if you like YouTubers who almost throw up but manage not to, if you're watching this later on YouTube, remember to subscribe because it is helpful. Thank you very please. Oh, gods. Nope. Should have saved my throw up. Anyway, we are live. We are on time. Mostly. And whoop. And whoop. And we've looked at the Steam Workshop. You know what would be really good is if I opened Twitch so I could see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. There's me! Hooray! Okay, spammed. 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 Spam, 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 spam. Lovely spam. Lovely spam. Lovely spam, lovely spam, lovely spam. Bam, bam, bam. Okay then. Hey, there we go. Okay, we're here. We have beer. Sneer at me. No. Hello! Hi, hi, driver. Hello, hello. And hello, John McFist. And Soup Amiiboid. Splendid, splendid. And Twitch is doing that thing where it says no. Okay, now it's fixed. Did you see the Adventure Randomizer CC in the Discord? I didn't. Is that Ninja's thing? Bododo eyes indeed. Adventure Random. Yeah, I know of that. That's Ninja's thing. That is definitely something I need to get around to at some point. Hello, Tungsten Cube, and hello, Orange. Right, so good news. I have already checked the Steam Workshop, like a sensible person. Nothing new, it doesn't look like, unless anybody knows of anything I should look at. Plutono Hub goes here, just so people know where it is. Okay. Right. Hub. Spam. Hub. Workshop. Inspection. Spreadsheets. All the spreadsheets I need. Spreadsheet. Whoops. Spreadsheet. 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 Listen, I've had cheese and coffee. I am unstoppable. I am indestructible. Indestructible, improbable, unreasonable, untasteable. You try and taste me, you can't. That's just science. Okay. So today, Stonelight Presents continued. And today is the 3rd of the month. Holy crap, this year's going by too fast. Make it stop. On the other hand, the faster time goes, like, the faster we get to a point where things are better, hopefully. That is the optimistic way of thinking about things. And now I'm too warm. Previously I was too cold, now I'm too warm. That is the news update on what my body's doing. Okay. I have the spreadsheets. And I need the Plutono Craft Library, which is important. Because today, what are we looking at? Let's look at the spreadsheet. Right, spreadsheet, spreadsheet, spreadsheet. Right, we can color that like so. Right, Tank Factory. Does anyone know what Super Dave is up to? I need to go doubly check that at some point. I might need to ping them. Because if they're not doing it, it's okay. And, oh yeah, John McFist in chat. How is this going? What was it? Godly Thrustercraft over here. Any progress? Okay, let's go here and over here. What is that? Airboat. So Kovrax is working on the thing, and Flying Snake Carrier, Hot Soft was working on that, or at least it was reserved to them. Alright, so after I've done the craft inspection, I am probably gonna go ping people and say, like, are you still working on this? Because if not, it's up to me! It's going slowly. Okay, good. I want to have, like, a wall of text about the events in order of the lore. We do have that. I need to go double-check that at some point. I don't even think Super Dave is in the CC Discord. I've only seen them once in the chat. Yellow, once again. Thanks, Orange. Your vomit is beautiful. It's the funny thing, I know what you mean by that. No problem. Gorgeous. Alright, welcome Night World. Okay then. Wait, what was I doing? Alright, so that's there. Yesterday's incident. And what? Yesterday's... Basically, here's the thing. Now, since yesterday, like, when we're talking about vomiting on craft, we're talking about decorating it. I think. Is that... Did I misinterpret? How is everybody... Hello, Death Pancakes. I'm doing well. I've had a lot of exercise and a sandwich. And where did we get to? What are we doing? Okay, so the Corona. Corona, Parkside. I think the Parkside is one of the things that should not spawn on its own. It should spawn in a squad or... And, Tesseracontras. Tesseracontras, the Hecate, and the Tiamat. So, alright, so the goal today, Corona, Parkside, Hecate, and Tiamat. So let's try that, and let us hop over to Platono, which actually has a nice main menu to play with. There we go. I feel a bit, but otherwise it's okay. Oh, I'm okay, other than the weather is awful. Alright, I am correct. Hooray! Please spawn things. There's a distinct lack of things spawning on the main menu for our amusement. This simply will not do. Alright, how do I log into things? Border-wise, and the password is... Oh! I almost told you the password. And that would have been catastrophic. Yay, boat! The side act! Let's see how many of these things I can name off the top of my head. So there's the side act, I believe. And Thrusty Craft, that was a wild card. What do we want? We want the Corona, which is over here. There's another wild card. We want the Parkside. And we want... Yep, that's a wild card still. The Tesseracontras. Yep, Tesseracontras. I think that's how you pronounce it. Which has a hell of a long name. The Hecate. There's a flamethrower thing running around. Here's the Hecate. It is there. And then the Tiamat. Which is an absolute lag monster, so... Okay then, that's our crew for today. What is that? That is the... I don't remember what this thing's called. That's not the Pine Fire. That's different. This thing is on fire slightly, but there's a wild card, specifically the butt. Ah, my folders! People have seen them. No, I will everyone saw my folders. I will be demonetized completely because people saw my folders. Which is the most Did you know that the Hey, that's the... I built that thing, but I do not remember what I called it. Oops. Okay. We're going to go over there. Thrusty Craft. Goes over here. Kablooey. Okay then, so we got that. Alright, first thing first. The Corona. I think it's the pine. It is the pine, right? Nice. Ah, hello, XX Demonic Reaper XXX. Good evening from Germany. Good morning from New Zealand. Kamorena. And Hairimai. And Kiora. Alright, I'm actually very surprised that the weather where I live is a bit mild. I'm used to being in an air fryer. Tesseracontras is one that showed up multiple times in one of the playtests available. Is it? Well, I'll remember if I see it. And it's a bit of a mess. Tessera what? I can't wait for the spotlight to spawn in. What hydrofoil is that? That is... That flamethrower is a penis. Yep! The flamethrowing penis. Also, John McFist, the wildcard is a pain in the behind to shoot down. Yep, it's intentional. Fine fire as intended. A firebomber would be cool. It really is. That's why I forced him to up the nuke defense of the crab to be able to shoot it down. Forced. Yep, entirely against your will. The legally distinct eagle. The wild card does just die if you hit it, and it doesn't have any tricks like warp or drills. It also has balloons. I believe it doesn't have steam jets? I don't remember. Look at this adorable little helicopter. And there is a Tonk. Tonk! Alright. Let's go here. Let's start the inspection. We're actually well on time for once in our lives. Okay then. Starlight updated. Thrusty Craft. Corona. Which is C0R. This has not been updated for a long time. Parkside, P3R, P3R. Yeah, okay, no, it's, yeah, alright, it's version 3. Thank you, Sooty. Whoop, and, wait, no. Border noise, and border stretch, and border hydrate. Can I stretch while hydrating at the same time? I can do that. Stretching the leg. Other leg. Wait. Ah, yes. Look at me multitasking. There's the steam jet. Okay. It's just fast, cheap, and agile. Ow, stretching like that gave me a headache. Oh dear. Okay, so there's the Parkside. Good. Oi. Whee, there we go. In the T3SS. 3SS. Has not been updated. And the Hickory, which is very gorgeous as I recall. And that's one of Draymond's, I do remember. And the Hickory and the Tiamat, which is one of Kovrax's things. And Tiamat updated. Wow, that has been updated. Kovrax is prolific, I like it. Okay, the Corona. I remember this. This thing... Let's see, where is this? The Corona is an easy design. Needs more color variety, first of all. Yep, a large and slow slug seeks to attack you. No, I've given myself numerous headaches from just tensing my muscles too slightly. Honestly, a sign that we all need to stretch more. Oh, it's the one that vaguely reminds me of the SD Sagittarian. Hickory is a better state than most of some... Yes, I do recall that. It's the bug. That is a large, easy design, but who am I to judge? Both of my Starlight costs are far too large for their size. You know what? Yeah, we could probably dial down the cost of this. So first things first. Corona. So. Alright, so. Let's see. Alright, so there's one note already. This thing already had a note on it. Alright, so. Material can be lifted. Laser color should be fleet color. And another thing is that more color variety needed. Use all fleet colors. Use all fleet colors and easy design, so make it cheaper as much as possible. I think this is an entirely... I think this is a... Alright, it's using plasma particle cannons and lasers, so... Let's see here. Only just losing the particle cannon would go a long way to... Hold on a second. Let's see, lock counter... Oh, that's a crap ton of frequency doublers. Where is the... Yep, that is... Yep, that will be an excellent way to make this cheaper, is just lowering the frequency doublers a little bit. I suspect this has a bit too much. Where is the multi-purpose laser block? If I was a multi-purpose laser, I would be over here. Yeah, that's a bit much. A bit much. It is a strong laser, to be fair. Alright, so cut down on frequency doublers. Okay, so cost reduction. I am going to take a snazzy screenshot, though. Look at that. Stylish. Alright, so also check in fleet colors. Good, it is in fleet colors. If they've remembered that one bit, they probably remember the other bits. Alright. This thing is so incredibly fragile. Yep. That is a lot easier than not too large for the size, too large for the cost. Alright, was about to say. Double probably change those heavy armor from metal. Yep, probably. This thing is so incredibly fragile. Oh yeah, the Anubis is a 400k easy design, and the Hickory is a 1 million normal design. Yep. Cost cutting needed. And again, no trim or detail. I wonder if people forget about just have a hard time mixing 3 bright colors with black. I mean, black goes with everything, so that doesn't make sense. If it resort to only the yellow. Hello, Azusa! That's what I did at least. PS&a half. My crafts and all. Yeah, and black complement each other very well. It's hard to mix green and black. No, it isn't. It looks great, I think. I usually just add stripes, diamonds, and chevrons until it's good enough. I only use mainly secondary, especially pattern on Nephilim. Process Oregon, good track record. Yeah, okay. What else can we say here? Well, cost cutting measure. Remove all the frequency doublers. Cost cutting. Remove frequency doublers. Remove most frequency doublers from laser. Speaking as someone who also spams frequency doublers. Laser system. Cost cutting. You could remove the particle cannon altogether. It is neat how this is an entire temple that just folds down like that. This needs more greebling, I think. More greebling icons. Decals. Alright then. Alright, let's go look at me checklist. Where's me checklist? Alright, sub-object clipping or excess. So, sub-object-wise, it only has 2. And I believe... is this thing just a on-armored turret? Nope, it isn't. Okay, yeah, it is an on-armored turret. Okay. That plasma thing does look kind of funny, I do have to say. But it is a pyramid. Wait, is that deco? Huh. Knock me down, it is. It might be easier just to have stairs and then deco over them with, like, stone... Hang on. Just curious. For science. If we go decorations, and if we go stairs, and if we go a deco on those stairs and material override stone, what does that look like? And then we hide original mesh. That would probably be easier, honestly. So, note to everybody, that's probably a better way to make stone stairs. While still having stairs. That is actually a convenient way of just changing the aesthetics of a block to be convenient. Now I'm curious. If I go like that, and go like that, and change that to... oh, I don't know, laser, and then hydrogen mesh. Well, that's funky as hell, isn't it? Anyway, does work nice for emissive only. The trans flag is one of my favorite color mashups. Nice. It could just be me, but Solid's green is more a mint green color rather than the electric green of the lightning hoods. Black and white, for which everything works than 2 very nice bright colors. How the hell is the Kraken a medium design? You mean... oh, you mean the Deepwater Guard Kraken? It's because its armor's really poor and it's armed mainly just with, like, flak and frag shells, so anything armored does not struggle with it. And... yeah, like, and also, it has no ejectors on the APS, so if you do penetrate it, it goes... yeah. Alright, could just be me. The transfer is one of the this look nice. Green itself goes really well with black, but it's the shade of green that makes it hot. Alright, so is there a petition? Let's see this green. Aha! Alright, so petition to change Stone Knight fleet color to a darker green. Alright, so let's, darker green, how do that? How do darker green? So if we do that... So something like that. That's less shiny. How about... That's quite dull, though. I do like a bright green. I don't know. Yeah, because that's too pale. Agreed. The green needs to be changed. Wouldn't change it at this point. Okay. You can make the center sensible with some people. I find olive go well with black. Okay, do you want to go out Kraken? A well-placed frag with heat shield pops the whole thing, yeah. How do you protect your 8PS turrets? Armor and active defense. I'll say I do like that more than the mint color. Maybe a bit brighter. Yes, pale is the word I was looking for. Alright, I'll do a poll. Alright, so remember... Hold on a second. Alright, so if DD2... Do poll for Stonelight green. Change. Which means taking screenshots. We love big wood poles. Do ya? I used to wrap them in nature on the front, metal on the back, but now for the Seavers APS started using ducks on the hull instead. Green is a good highlight. We love big wood poles. That sounds like it'll give you a splinter, Azusa. Darker green might be good, but yeah, the places look best have been camo that makes them darker. True. Well, it's good that we discussed that. Alright. What was my checklist? Checklist. Alright, so sub-object clipping. That's what it was. Wanting to see. Alright, so sub-object. That is a spin turn block. Oh, please tell me this doesn't clip. I'm going to be so sad. How it would remove deco so we can see what we're doing. Ah, yes. No, this is delicate, isn't it? This isn't... What the... Oh, no wonder this is very delicate. Ooh. Yeah, that's very delicate. Okay. And it was hidden by deco, so... Make, back... Laser... Holding spin block... More robust... More protection around it. Or just have a turret. The turret probably would make more sense. Or just do away with that altogether. I don't know. So yeah, if this falls off, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, there's a little slit there. Alright, so we're here. Does this wiggle? Does this wiggle? Oh, right. It's currently controlled by bread, probably. Or ACBs. Let's go find the bread. There's no bread. Bread. That's probably controlled by ACBs, so I'm gonna go find those ACBs and disable them. Wow, they're right... Why are they right there? Interesting. So, yep, if there's an enemy... Very simple. Very simple indeed. The frontal armor on this is not... Alright, yeah, no, the AI compartment is just in a heavy armor compartment, which is like, on the one hand, easy design, on the other hand, no bueno, senora. It's also off-center, and that's gonna drive me nuts. Wait, no, the mirror line's off-center. Interesting. Alright, need to make a note there. AI compartment needs EMP insulation. Alright, and so now that we've turned those ACBs off, we can see, does this wiggle correctly? I mean, it does bloody move, and we know it's not clipping. There we go, perfect. And now I've done that. Good. Sensor big wood. Oh wow, I shall hit that spin block with a single shot cannon. Foliage. Well, the whole tower is going to be in the way, but yeah. Yeah, but the thing is that even with frontsiders, it's always a safe bet to assume that, like, it's never going to get hit by just the front. That's an ideal situation, and you do want to test your craft always from a position of weakness, so that you know they can get out of a bad position. Now, there is that. There is a hole with nothing in it. Interesting. Hold on. I want to see how much cheaper this thing gets. Let's see. Cost-cutting measure. Is this overclocked? It is not! Well done. We need to combat test this thing. Alright, if we convert all the heavy armor to metal, that's shaved off like almost 100,000 materials. Yeah, more than that, so that's a good start. And yeah, just more cost cutting, really. What else would be like, I don't know, the problem is this thing is, actually it's not that big. What else is expensive on this thing for cost cutting purposes? It has a lot of surge protectors. It has a honking big steam engine. Does it need that much power? How much power does this laser need? Power needed is 37,000, so that's actually too much. Is this gearbox limited? Nope. No, it is not. Oh, that is a big steam engine. Oh dear. Alright, so the power probably needs optimization as well. So... generation optimization needed. Because I think, for what this thing is, it doesn't need a steam engine that massive. My 10 azimuths are, but that's no... Wait, okay. The spin block is going to get heated. That's why I mentioned making that a sub-vehicle. True. I'll include that. Suggestion. Make laser pack tower a sub-vehicle instead of a sub-object. Alright then. Alright, anything under 40 is slow. Yep. That gearbox is not load tested. Nope. Okay, what's in here? Nothing. Wait, what is in there? Ah! Ooh, no! No. Why is there so much electricity generation? That's a single... Wow, that is horribly unarmored. Oof, one layer of metal. Admittedly, hold on. That might not be metal. What am I talking about? Nope, that is heavy armor. We do need to protect the steam bits better. Steam turbines need better protection. Steam turbines need better protection. Armor up or sink into main hull. Yep. That makes sense. Okay, then what else? This is not actually the worst armoring of a thing. I do like the little towers, though. That's nice. That is nice. Oh, yeah, like, you could see that, like, most of the effort went onto this. Which is fine. Alright, I'm gonna... the main turrety thing, that's wonderfully greebled, so... More... Greeble current on main body. There we go. That's for clarification. What else have I missed off my checklist? Auto propulsion. Okay, nope, that's good. Transparent APS clips, it doesn't have any APS. Resource settings, it's good. Resource storage, it carries... Actually, its resource storage is fine. It's got like 11,000 stuff. Alright, let's combat test this thing. Because as of right now... Let's see, let's throw it again. What is a 700k Glacave thing? And a reminder for anyone watching why we're testing Stone Knight stuff against Glacave stuff. It's because Glacave is currently by far the most overall formidable of the factions, but we want Stone Knight to be the end point faction, so we're using them as a yardstick. Alright, so 780k. What's a 780k thing? Sword against the CAD, which I believe the CAD is a medium design. Yes, it is. Alright, so this is an easy Stone Knight. It should be able to beat a Glacave medium. That is the plan. Oh yeah, that You know what? I like the pew pew. Let's keep the pew pew. It appears to be winning so far. Alright, yeah, oh, here's a problem. Alright, this thing needs to turn better, or it needs... Yeah. Okay, nope. It's not winning anymore. It has just stopped winning. And as John McFist was saying, this thing is really fragile. Alright, so... It needs better turning. It needs much better turning. And it's falling into the sky. Much better turning. Yep. Okay, needs much better turning. Alright, so, combat testing benchmark needs to beat of a cat. Just give turn like 10 times the materials. Nah. Those rejets are pulling double duty of Ford and yaw. Okay. Still heat hash. Yeah, why is it getting closer when it can't? Check the reverse thrust might be in order. Those long prongs might forget yaw pivot. They should have turned it. That's a good point, actually. That's a good point. Alright. Needs much better turning. Turning thrusters on front hull would work well. Okay, there's that. Okay, so the CAD absolutely rocked this thing's socks, and that's not ideal. Yeah, this thing really is not well armored. Yeah, there's no space armor. Ooh, boy, okay. Gonna put a note there. Steve the armor up was thinking the manhole. Needs all round spaced armor. This is another one where the internals need a bit of a... How much battery storage does this thing have? A lot. A lot, as a matter of fact. Yeah, cost cutting, you could reduce the battery level, like, considerably. Okay, then. Just gotta remove... Cut down on batteries. This is one where I'm, like, sorely tempted to, like, have a go retrofitting it. You know what could be fun? Just having this thing absolutely covered with simple weapons, but that would be expensive. Alright, let's review our notes on the Corona. Oh, wait, it doesn't have missile defense, I think, at all, so definitely need some of that. Missile defense. Right, let us test this thing against something with missiles, just to confirm.
Listening.
Just to confirm.
Listening.
Right. Well, there's a thing with missiles. You can never go wrong with a Stone Knight. Alright, this is colored. When did that happen? Was it always like that? Am I a crazy person? Huh. Anyway, what's a 700k thing? There's the Mare Nostrum, so let's spawn in the Rylanor. Which, just checking... Yeah, 300 missile firepower. That'll frickin' do. Admittedly, I think the Rylanor is like a hard design? What is this? Rylan... Oh, the Rylanors are godly. Okay, so yeah, no, don't worry about it. I was not paying attention. Where's the... Oh, wait, it has a Sea-Wiz. Yeah, it needs more missile defense, I should say. Where are you? Oh dear. Yep, and down it goes. There she goes. Remember when this thing used to be a godly before the Great Difficulty Reshuffle? Was it? Wow. Wow. I guess it was just going entirely off cost. What was it? I just want to point that make it sound that hard. It's about the vehicles, but it's also about the context in which you fight them. True. I mean, the context of which you fight Stonelight is that they're the endgame faction, and by the time you get to them, you've probably beaten everyone else, so their stuff needs to be really good. Many of the Stonelight designs need improvement. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Increase the battery, make the steam pistols will remove some of the left turbo, and shoot, give enough room space to armor. Yep. That thing isn't meant to be underwater, is it? Nope. Isn't the weight shifts when it swings down? That's another thing that would be helped by making the central thing a sub-vehicle. Oh yeah, it's very front-heavy now that you mention it. Right, you, sir. Where is the center of mass? Alright, the center of mass is there. But if I spawn in, I'm just going to spawn in. Just going to spawn in the commodity just over there. So center of mass is there. Yeah, it moves forward. And you can literally see it move. Yeah, not only yeah, so yeah, that thing. Yeah. Gonna add another notey note. That's probably a good idea, is just make it a sub-object. And put it on a turret so it can swivel. Could mount it on turret 2 for better FOF. I think that's about it for the Corona. What else? What else? What else? What else? I mean, technically it does have spaced armor on the sides. Oh, it does have reverse thrust. Look at this. Look at this. Turn you off. Hello? Oh, it's got PIDs, I think. Or does it? Oh, right, no, it has... So if we do that... It doesn't have a vehicle controller anywhere, does it? Just gonna do slap one down. Right there. So just checking. Yep, it has reverse gear. Ah, it moves forwards a lot better. Yeah, it needs more of it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh dear. Wait, what? Okay, so it needs to turn off auto... Wow, auto propulsion really screws this thing. It does in fact have auto propulsion added on. Jeez. Alright, note to self. Let's see. Note to self, they didn't hit the button. The turn off all automatic propulsion, because it means this thing was set to, like, move forward and go up. That's terrible. Ooh, auto propulsion. A reminder to everyone that this thing is at the front of the vehicle and is pointing up, so it should only control pitch, except it's been automatically assigned to your right, your left, pitch down, fair enough, roll right, which is, okay, that is kind of understandable, except, no, roll left, sorry. It's set to control, like, forward and up. This thing should not make the thing go up. That's silly. Okay, alright, auto propulsion is bad. It is the one thing that really should not have been... The devs, like... I cut the devs of FTD a lot of slack. The auto propulsion thing... Bad idea. That should not have been... that should not have been the thing. So, turn off all auto propulsion. Because that's possibly why this thing, like... flops down into the water. Okay, I'm here, not jubilated. Hello, random top hat. Oops. Alright, right. Whoops. Any song like design? Oh, wow. Alright, I need to... Why is there the world's largest steamboat? I don't know. When I talk about context, I'm talking about how many materials the player has. Well, exactly. By the time you get to Stonelight, you probably have a lot of materials. So even the easy design should be like... meaning you can't have things just entirely your own way. Because Stonelight is probably at the most risk of getting steamrolled, because the player starts... Let me just... You, Corona, take a swim. So, the context is, the player starts down here. Hawa's over here, and Phantasma's over here, Sewol's over here, and Golkava's over here, Stonelight's up here. By the time you get to them, you've probably got like a bazillion materials, and they've also got like a bazillion materials, so, like, it should be Steamroller versus Steamroller, so to speak. Why are you sinking? Did I tell you to sink? I totally did. Water propulsion is a perfectly implemented feature with absolutely zero problems whatsoever. CJ manual propulsion, but the dreads are auto. They're gonna... All my others are manual. Would you really fight the SB Easies? Because they will be increasing difficulty too, as you do, right? Well, it depends on what difficulty. Ideally, if you're doing the campaign on easy difficulty, you should fight more Easies. Maybe by the time Platona's, like, finished, the devs would have made it so, like, you can actually... Can you get out of the water, please? Deacon's Christmas. Alright. I need to do that. That's what... I think that's enough notes on the Corona. That's plenty of homework for Lel to do. Lel. You told him to swim, not sink. Yeah. I mean, given what we've seen, you can end up fighting SC a lot early due to Allison. Like, true. Again, how exactly the strategic AI picks what to spawn is somewhat of a mystery. Do you think even the devs know? Alright, so Corona, that is plenty of notes, and that'll frickin' do Pig for now. So we're just gonna do that. And the great thing is that if it all goes to poopy, right, so Corona, gotta go find the Steam Workshop. Why did I close the Steam Workshop? That was silly. That was silly. Alright. Corona. Corona. Uh-oh. I'm not seeing it. Wait a minute. Is this one of the things that... This thing might have needed to be litified. Uh-oh. I'm not sure where it is. I'm not sure where it is. Uh-oh. Might have been submitted under a different name back in the day, or it's been removed from the workshop. I'm not seeing it at this, like, wow. Like, you type in Corona, there's like 126 pages of crap. Right, there's the Tessera Contours over there by that little engineer. Maybe they also made the Corona? Hang on, I have an idea. I can check that. Tessera Contours. This looks very similar. Nope, that's Silverbird. Please explode. Thank you. Okay, I don't know how to find this. It's weighted random chance. You might or you might not. I think it's based on material cost, fire particles. Honestly, I don't think the person who made this is even still involved with the campaign. It may have to be rebuilt by someone else. Alright! I'm sure the devs could look at the code and see how it picks things. Mr. Sean, could you please tell us? We will sacrifice this craft as pavement. It has poles for armor. Found it. Can post the link via Discord. Oh, thank you, Orange. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. That would be very good. Please ping me when you do that. I'll just typey notes. Right. Corona, go over there. Bookmark. Right. Typey note, typey note, typey note. And you go there, and you go there. Over there. Ha! I have been summoned! Jump to present. Thank you. Oh! Ouch. Oh no, I'm lightheaded. Oh no. I need a moment. Right. I was never gonna find this by copy-pasting Corona. Okay. Sorry, Qbert. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation. My chest hurts from that. Oof. That his name is spelled Sean, yeah? Border joke. Border dies. Spelled as Crowner for some reason. Yep. Oh. Oh, lordy. Okay, this is an early submission. Mother... Ow! Head! Ow! My head, my chest, my everything. Ow! I need painkillers. Ow! I need water. Can someone do a hydrate redeem, please? I need it. I need it. Ah. Okay then. Whew. Thank you. Who did that? Thank you, random top hat. What's DOT again? Overpriced. I'm saving. Oh. Oh no. What did No, I'm saving the canoe at very end of stream, fair enough. We need a channel point redeem called Border Dehydrate where he has to eat a handful of salt. No! I don't want to do that! A bit pretending, no. We have a number of craft in Platoon that were built by Sean Reed. Yep, there's Sean, S-E-A-N, is the Sean the Dev, who hates poles for some reason. And Sean, S-H-A-W-N, is our boy who's built a lot of stuff for Platono. The bread he has done okay, not the best. But okay, Borderwise acting like he can't drink until the chat tells him, look, I like to help you feel like you're involved. That's my excuse. Okay. Oh. I don't know why misspellings I find so funny. Well, it's not even misspellings, it's just like the sudden that kind of laugh was the relief I felt at finding the thing that holy crap, Orange, well done. Like, seriously. How did you find that so fast? Alright. Alright, hello. Okay then. Let's go there. Oh, come on. Really? Alright, I'm going to do that. Hold on, I'm not going to do that. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Good. Corona has been inspected. That took most of an hour, but it's okay. It takes time to inspect things. Wah! Wah! Whoop, thank you, iMatty. Hey, hello. I just typed in Starlight Corona. Really? I just typed... Oh. The Corona's steam engine makes my brain hurt. The long boiler loses parallel pistons, but then just runs a pipe to each one separately. Yeah, it's a larger boiler than my 1.7 million ship. Yeah, it needs optimization. It needs optimization. Honestly, you could probably run this thing off a few injector engines and it would be a lot cheaper. Being single stage is just guzzle materials. Yep. Yep, it's eating materials like crazy. Oh boy. Oof. Wait, oh no. Okay. Whew, okay. We're doing fine. Okay, so Corona, done. We've put notes on it. It's okay. Alright, next, the Parkside. Right, so this is a nuclear weapon, which is slow and explodes when it touches water. Also, it is an easy design, to be fair. That's fun. Alright, so this thing should really spawn in a squad. So let's go here, and how many deco? Let's just remove deco. It is assault. This is very not aerodynamic. Why does this have a radar? It doesn't need it. It also has too many nukes. As in 2 of them. It also has steam jets. Why does it, This thing could be amphibious if it really... Interesting. This is interesting. Who made this? Inky Boy. Virulent, 50k HE and 570k fire damage. The section of the border dies. Meaty, interesting. I've said in the past that ball explosions aren't actually that big a problem, but in this case, I mean, they can be a big problem, let's be honest. And it's got breadboard, doing all breadboardy things. Alright, so let's just get rid of that now that we know, now that we've seen it. I do like how this is basically just rockets stuck in. This does not like being near the water, clearly. Alright, so this thing should spawn in a swarm immediately, so... Alright. If not made as on presence standard. Why is this paused? It doesn't need to be. Oh! I forgot about that. Look at this. Behold! The logo! Alright, so per se, if not made as we standard nuke, should spawn in a big swarm. Should probably also be a lot faster, let's be honest. What is the top speed of this thing? This thing is very slow, because it has no aerodynamics. Wait, you could do the truss thing. It's just usually not that big a deal. Anything is problem if you add enough explosive materials. Bullets using a ship. Airships that can damage is 9 meter too much. Wait, what? 9 meter of what exactly? If you're taking the materials, then I say, yeah, let's do this. Okay. Yeah, this thing is slow as balls. It needs to be a lot faster. To be much faster. Bearing in mind, the Grey Talons ICBM is classed as an easy design. Let that sink in for a second. That's an easy design by NETA standards. Despite the fact it's a pain in the ass to shoot down, I guess it's because, like, it'll kill it. It kills itself. That's kind of the thing. Right, so this is supposed to be an easy design. So let's... What do we... Can it land a shot on... Let's find a Glacave thing that's twice its cost, because this is a suicide vehicle, so this is... So we want a 20k thing. Do we have a 20k thing? Electron, perhaps? I think the Electron might be a squad. No, it isn't. Yeah, okay, no. The Electron is going to be way too friggin' fast. Oh, the Perseid is very fast in space, though. Oh, it is very fast in space. Now I'm interested. Oh, wait. Maybe it moves faster in combat. Oh my goodness, it's almost catching up. Huh. I might just... What the... I must have caught it with the back. Alright, so let's throw it against the commodity. Where's it? Commodity... Wait, hold on. Fleet colors? Nope, needs to be in fleet colors. Needs to be in... Painted in fleet colors. Yes, including the deco. Again, the Perseid is like one of the very oldest submissions. Wait, what are people saying? Bulls aren't slow, usually. Oh, they're pretty slow! Need to drop that at 2.5 million, put it on around 3 million. It kicked into maximum. Yeah, like, well, I'm just gonna politely remove the whole needs to be faster thing. This is why we combat test things, people. Oh god. Yeah, it works. There's not really that much to change here, but yeah, this should spawn in a squad. Squad 3 to 5 vehicles. Yeah, that's about it for the Parkside, really. Otherwise, another thing about the Corona, none of the CJs have intakes. Now that you mention it, I did notice that. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's, okay. Right, gonna go back for the Corona. Wow! Just frickin' about. To be fair, the game doesn't tell you that's a problem. This thing back here is burning, like... Honestly, I'm kind of impressed, because I didn't know you could do that with custom jets. You can just have them exhaustless. Just need to go back there. Just going to add a thing. Add proper intakes. Exhausts. Excuse me. To CJEs. Lordy, okay. Lordy, 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 loo, lordy, loo, lordy, loo. Right, I need to go find the Corona again. Also, I feel so bad because this was uploaded like 3 years ago and I didn't say a damn thing. But yeah, why? I guess standards rose. You know, my self-deprecation might have screwed us over a little bit because at the beginning of this, I wasn't expecting anybody to submit anything. And then they did. You don't need an intake or to reduce the efficiency. Laying about 5 altitude, what should be his main repulsion? I'm going to say custom props, but that's because I'm a custom prop addict. You probably want steam props. Sometimes one of both of those are a good choice. At least some of them don't have exhaust either. No, we got kind of crazy. And we have the clearance rule for intakes and platoon. We do, but to be fair, this thing technically does not break that rule. Like, these things are not on, like, sub-objects. So, they're on the hull. This is one of the things, like, this isn't a rule break because there is absolutely no advantage to doing your custom jets like this whatsoever. Like, your efficiency is terrible. This CJE is tiny. It is 4 meters long. It's burning almost 2 materials a second. Times 6. And the ones back here are even bigger. They're burning 4 materials a second. Hang on, I just want to try something here. I want to see... Alright, so this is burning between 4 to 6 materials a second. So if we do this... And then if we do that... Getting rid of that, and we have an intake, so 4 to 6. Here at 75%. It's now dropped down to, yeah, it's dropped down to 3. So it's not a huge improvement, but it is definitely an improvement. Actually, did that improve the thrust, actually? Hold on, let me check that. Yep, oh my goodness, look at that. Look how much more maximum thrust there is when you put an intake on it, so... Whoops. Alright, so... A compressor in the front, its max thrust is 46,080. But with a... intake... With an intake goes up to 66,528. Oof. It doesn't have an intake, it doesn't need clearance for an intake, yeah. Adding intake to that jet took it from 18k to 30k propulsion. Oof. What if I give you Corona? Please don't. I can almost forgive the CJ radio atrocity present on the Garmer after witnessing that. Yep. This was kind of crazy. Yep. I'm just realizing I have 15 days on this game and I've never made an airship. That's fine. I think I was hundreds of hours into this game before I ever made, like, a tank. Or an airship. The exhaust adds 10% thrust for free in terms of ongoing cost. Could probably replace those 6 in the front with a single longer CJ light staple. Yeah, so no. There's lots of optimization that could happen with the Corona, but by gum, we were discussing the Parkside. And I think we're basically done discussing the Parkside because, well, it just needs to spawn in a squad, have 3 colors. This including the deco. Damn it! Lose 1 nuke. They are expensive and it is not needed. Could put sneaky trusses on the front for improved aerodynamics. Because that is a thing you can do. So, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn on God mode. I'm gonna remove this. So, max speed of this thing when spawned in is 32. Let's spawn in a commodity. So, max speed has shot up to, yep, well over 100 meters per second. I do like the Parkside, actually. The more I look at it, the more I like it. And now it's going to come crashing down. So it's 105 meters per second. It's shot up to 110. And kablooey. Turn that off. Also, hilariously, about... Oh, interesting. God mode stuff. The nukes. I might need to do this.
Listening.
Alright, so... You could do this. It is horrible nonsense. But you can do it. That's already sped things up considerably. Alright, so now... Spawn of the commodity. So remember, 110 meters a second was the max. It's going way faster than that now. Trusses of trust. Bad border bad. Yeah, I know it's very naughty. Please no. You. Do we not like this? Should I remove that? Yeah, no, that's like an extra 10 meters per second. Rude? I think possibly rude. Noted! We do not want to encourage thrust PS. Okay. Okay. I'll remove that note, and hopefully the person building it doesn't actually do it. Actually, wait, is that in the rules? I might have banned that, honestly. Hold on, let me check my rules. Let me check my own damn rules. Nope, there's no rule against it. Okay. Trust PS. Don't set a precedent. Okay, gotcha. Right. Well, that's it for the Parkside then. I'm just gonna keep spawning them for giggles. And I do like how this is a meteor. That's quite nice. Whee! Flawless victory. One more for fun and giggles. Alright. Parkside. Yep, that's all good. Just gonna make notes here. Oops. Wait, I can do this. I think that's the old Parkside over there. Tee. Whoop. Thank you for the stretch, whoever that was. Thank you, Randall. If you want it faster, just stick a combustor there instead. Oh yeah, that. Oh right, true. Oh. Remove CJE generators. We are looking at the things Remove CJ generators. It does not need them. It really doesn't. I don't think... Yeah. Hang on. Let me inspect this thing again. Howard. Remove decorations. Yeah, why is this? Hold on. Yeah, no, it's not using... There's no decoys or anything on this, I don't think. Anyway. Whee! Okay. That is a note there for sure. For sure, for sure. And I need to go have a coffee, which is very important. Let's see if the Steam Workshop knows what to do with this. Yay! I like Geeky Boy stuff, they're fun. I also love the lore that Inky Boy included for the Parkside. It's very nice. Very nice indeed. Whoops, where am I? Right, we need more Parksides. We need a whole bunch of them. Okay, where am I? I'm here. Here I am. Once again. Falling into pudding. Or whatever. Wait, I didn't sing enough, did I? Check, there's nothing on these, so they do literally other than make it worse. Maybe at one point there were jet engine blocks that take fire and they changed. Forgot, possibly. Lore is super fun. I film my cross with lore even though nobody reads it. It's just fun to make. And I just typed a possible name for the VOD for this. Alright, so there's Durr. Where Durr? Oh no! We need more Parksides! Oh! And more commodities. Lots more commodities. Oh! Alright, boys. Remember to play nice. Oh, thank you for the stretch, whoever did that. Oh, tits out for advertiser. Oh, you simply must. Okay, who did that? I'm actually, thank you. Big backlog craft that needed and I'm too lazy. Oh, they're all going for one. Uh-oh. Oh no! This is horribly inefficient! That is a... Wow. Honestly, the Parkside, more than any other thing I've seen, really does well when it comes to, like, splash damage. Let's have more of that, because it's funny. Whee! And while I finish typing. I have finished typing. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Parkside goes there. Yes, yes, yes. Whoops! No, Parkside goes. Where's the one? Aesthetically, yeah, no, the aesthetics needs fleet colors. Alright. Wow, they all really want to go for this one specific commodity, don't they? What is the target prio on this thing? Seems excessive, honestly. I feel like they need wings or something so they can actually aim better. And poor no. No, trust me to make a good financial decision. My prescription is more thrust. I just don't know where you fit that in. I don't think it has a... Yeah, that's probably something it needs. Hold on. Delete all this. Howard, remove deco. Also, shut up for a bit. Let's see here. It does have target prio. What the? Aha! Right. Right. That is interesting target prio. I think it needs tweaks. Why did I freaking... Wait, what? Did I not... Also, tweak prio swarms of them all tend to converge on one craft. That might be a good thing, actually. Like, what do you reckon, people? Is it a good thing that swarms of them all go for the same thing or not? That thing could be... Oh, right. All stolen craft are just meters. Alright, that's actually a good point. I need to put that. Actually, yeah. Alright, let's do that. What is the wisdom? What is a good wisdom? Good wisdom is remember to make your meteor out of alloy so it goes faster. Or more maneuverable at the very least. Okay, I think that... Let's do that, and we can close that, and we can go there. Wow. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go, and I badly need a cuppa. A cup of the coffee. Or water, that works too. Thank you, Monster Kicker. Don't forget to play Barons. Not to worry, I'm not going to do that today, but I will definitely do that eventually. Alright, we'll get to see far more of the Parkside on the main menu, which is where we're going. Here we are. Alright, we have managed to inspect... Oh, bollocks. 2. We've inspected 2 things. Awkward. Alright, let us... New coffee break. Webcam. You can't... Well, you can't say... Ha 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 ha! I can do whatever I want behind this coffee break. Ha 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 ha. Oops. Oh no, you can see me. Now you can't. Now you can. Now you can't. Alright, wait, I tried to cross my eyes and move the webcam again. But I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna go get some coffee. Okay, all this is gonna, so that's kind of inevitable. Yeah, okay. For the peak, I can see that chest. My chest! Okay, try and survive the ads, please. I don't want them to kill you. Alright, what are people saying? Playing that. Alright, we probably don't need the Parkside and Asteroid. True, we're gonna need to, that's another poll I'm gonna have to do. Do poll for sunlight green change. Do poll for Parkside versus Asteroid. We haven't even gotten to the Asteroid yet. Will we get it to it today? Where the hell's the Asteroid? Where is the Asteroid? I don't see it on the spreadsheet. And that sub-vehicle Helio, the plasma tank, is strange. Yep. And Random Top Hat was unfortunately killed by the ads. Moment of silence for Random Top Hat. I don't think the Asteroid's on the sheet because it's a drone. True. Well, drone. Okay, I'm going to nap because I missed my new nap because I was hanging out with Beefy. Okay, see you, Monster Kicker. Alright, fair enough. We should check that. Alright, what was I doing with my life? What was I doing with my life? What we were doing was looking at the Tessera Contras, which I think is how you pronounce it. Okay, designer mood. Designer mood. I never remember to get my bloody spoon. I need to keep stirring my coffee, and I never remember my spoon. There we go. And it's exactly the same thing. Let's have a look-see. Parkside, Asteroid. Oops, I mean... Oh yeah, true. Power word. Remove deco. Yeah, this is exactly the same thing. What the hell? The Parkside is more expensive for some reason? Wait, why are there pistons? Why are there cameras? Why are there ion thrusters? Alright, so... What uses the Asteroid? Why is there... Oh, that... Huh? Why... I'm gonna say the Parkside should probably take this. What uses the Asteroid? Does anyone know? Can't remember. Okay, well, if they didn't respond to my initial motivation, but they've been on the solo side of working on its rebuild. Chat, is the purpose to make the Lorenz still with us? I don't know. Alright. Parkside has spawned many tiers to be done data version. Okay, jet reaction thrusters. Well, let's see how this does against commodity. Is there any difference? I'm gonna re-roasting my own designs at some point, aren't I? Alright, so this thing is not as fast as the Parkside. It's more blocks. And it has a sub-object, which means that if a swarm of these things shows up, it's going to be more laggy. It's also easier to shoot down. Its maneuver is hover, which is interesting. Alright, now I want to see... Huh. You know what? I do kind of like the double tap effect. So let's spawn in another one just to see. Asteroid. Why did I put it 2,000 meters away? That's silly. I'm going to use this opportunity to drink my coffee. It's just Daniel and the cooler Daniel. It's a vector, that's for sure. How fast is this thing going? So it is slower, is the thing. And I believe the new updated Parkside is cheaper. 9,000 materials. 9,000 materials, so about the same cost. Who made this? Doduck. Yeah, no, that's way easier to shoot down. We'll do a thing. We will do a thing, and I'll have to link test 9. Person, the spawn menu, jet reactions. I'm going to be roasting my own design some point. You've already done that plenty of times. Yep, well, I'm going to be doing it more, because I just remembered. I keep seeing the spawn menu, the Buta. That thing is a nuke. I see the menu sometimes. Yep, test 10. Wait, what did I say? Yeah, test 10. What did I say? Test 9. I think I said test 9, which was silly, because it's test 10. Alright then. What were we supposed to be looking at? Oh, the Tessacontrers. Oh yeah, this fella, yeah. Alright, so this is very air galley-ish. Honestly, this might have to be moved down there. Why is it here? Except there's no room for it. I mean, there's a lot of godly spaces open for it. Oh well. It's rather plain. It needs more color variation and more greebling. But first... First. Gonna go here. Okay, more color variation and greebling / icons needed. What's this armed with? It's all laser and plasma. Where is laser? Where is laser? Where is plasma? That's a laser, and that's another laser. Alright, so first things first, fleet colors. Does it have any? It does. It does use fleet colors. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Is that Noah's Ark, but made by an engineer? Nope. We already have a Noah's Ark somewhere. Scrolling is Bodan test. It's both test 9 and test 10 until further inspection. Oh, Tessa, based on the same maybe mythical ship as the Mafted. Pinor and a Butte. Wait, what? You said test 9. Oh, gotcha. I was thinking of Ozymandias, which I think was already removed for being too much work to fix. I think so. I think that is what happened. Yeah. It uses all the fleet colors. I roast my designs all the time. Yes, we know, Azusa. You roast them wrongfully. Because you're good at what you do. Alright, so there's that. Okay, so let's do my little checklist. Whoever suggested that, you are a genius. Alright, sub-object clipping or... Whoops. Sub-object clipping or excess. Now they're alright. They're not! They're good! Shut up! Shut up, Alright, so I think all of these things are turrets that rotate freely, so they're all fine. Check. Functionality and combat testing. This thing has no APS on it. Resource settings. How about that? All good. Auto propulsion. Are you going to be silly? So there's no auto propulsion there, but what about over here? Now that I know what I'm doing. Alright, what? Roll right, down. I'm always suspicious about doing stuff like this because I tend to find that... I don't know. What is this attached to? Oh, a camouflaged tracker. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, dear. No. The demons are in my nose. Self-deprecation maxing. Alright, speaking as a content creator, I can tell you right now, people don't actually like self-deprecation that much. Bless the sooty. Thank you! Having multiple thrust response is fine so long as you test it. Okay, fair enough. Alright, helium pump. Good. Right, let's look at this thing's internals. We have big laser. That's huge amounts of laser. What the hell? Okay. Is it separate laser? Where's the mainframe? Where's multi-purpose laser? No, oops, multi. Oh, it's two of them right in the middle. Alright, let's see, what's with you? Yep, that is a 0Q laser, doing 0Q laser things. Oh god, yep, it goes nuts on the frequency doublers. People do like to overdo those, don't they? Alright, Alright, so let's just double... What the hell? I didn't mean to open that. Okay. Let's see. This is a medium design, so we can cut down on cost a little bit. Right, so let's just make a note there. Medium design. Can cut cost a bit. Cost cutting. Reduce frequency doublers. Right, so this does in fact use intake, so it's one above the Corona. And there's the jet exhaust. Lovely good, lovely good. Right, we have supercharger engines. Interesting. It's still burning through material at a hell of a... That's a lot of batteries. Once again, we can cut down on the batteries a little bit. Cost cutting. Can reduce amount of batteries. What else? Cost cutting would probably also be like... This is a fairly large thing, so we can't cost cut too much. We have an insulated AI department, that's good. We actually have too much general purpose processing power, unless this thing has buoys. Which it does not appear to have. Does not appear to have buoys. Ah, it also has possibly an excessive amount of detection. Yep, this is why we have 360 detection, by the way, so you don't have to do this. Cost cutting can reduce DPP and use 360 detection instead of 90-degree detection in all directions. I mean, you gotta be, like, also, it's all clustered together, which is not great. If this gets hit, this thing is blind. Oh, so that is a very obvious, just, you know... Wait a minute. Activate. Right. Right, it does have telescopes, like, camouflaged there. I'm not a fan of, like, completely deco hiding stuff, because, like, players should be able to see what's happening. To do full listed damage, that would be 200. HP radar has worse range and more error. It's true, resistance doesn't stack equals. Not true, but what, you pay a little... What are people saying? A lot of people don't seem to, yeah. I found that if I'm doing multiple thrusts on a single set of things, better to delegate them to breadboard, and that they are placed in a balanced manner from the center of mass. Frequency doubles our investment. You pay a lot up front and pay back over time, but doing better at damage through smoke. Yep. How else do up piercing? Yeah, you could also do more raw damage. You can never have enough frequency doublers. I mean, you can. If your craft is unaffordable, then yeah, that's too much. Not true, but having like 100 intensity is fine, so it's pretty hard to have too many. What's the max intensity you need to hurt double stack HA through smoke? Has too many batteries. One of those common critiques on Knife Gun's Godly review. Resistance doesn't stack, and you always hurt it regardless. Yeah. 360 HP rated, and 2 listed damage, it'd be 200, and a max smoke. Reduces laser to 30%. You were never hitting that number with a meter craft, yeah. But that intensity isn't wasted against anything else. You could have just spent more on pumps. Do 500 for safety. Okay then. Right. What kind of plasma is this? That is a stabilizer. Alright. Be good. Charge generation. Yep, this is set up correctly by looks of it. It only has one AI. This, by looks of it, these lasers are not 2-axis. So honestly is fine. Like, we don't particularly mind. They're also asymmetric, which I do kind of like. Alright then. Alright, so this thing, this plasma is going to have trouble firing straight back. Since this thing isn't actually the airboat category, we can lean more into, like, the temple aesthetic, I think. Can lean more towards flying temple aesthetic. Rather than boat. Here, galley, there we go. Okay, let's combat test this thing. Let's just go. Hello, Zero Sonaku! First time catching a stream, your YouTube videos helped me a lot in learning the game. You are most welcome, Zero Sonaku. Welcome to the stream! Welcome to the stream! And if this is the first time you're seeing my face, yes, I'm not in fact a hairball with a beanie. How's the hull armor? Good question. Let's check here. This is mostly stone. It's stone on metal with unstacked. I mean, this is good anti-plasma stuff, but they actually do have room for like a proper air gap. There's also a lot of helium pumps. Armor's fine for a medium design. Like, meh. For a medium design, it's fine. Whoop! Ooh! Thank you for the follow, Zero Sonaku. And as Random Top Hat says, welcome to the single most professional FTD stream. Oh yeah, so professional. So professional. We have tried to get BW to become a VTuber, but he has yet to find an anime girl hot enough to match his fabulousness. That's very sweet, Nightwill, thank you. Even if it is said in a joking way. Oh dear. Oh dear. Now I can't list anime girls even. Someone rig up a sooty VTuber editor. I just to be like a ping tuber. There aren't many FTD streamers, so you professional. Well, that's the thing, is like, these streams are small, let's be honest, but I'm still like, I think I get emails from Twitch saying I'm like in the top 1% of people streaming from the depths. There's not a hell of a lot of people doing it. This is not a game that gets a lot of attention. Okay, I'm checking my... check. Okay. How's its resource storage levels? It's got... it's about right. You can actually cut down on resource storage a little bit. Can cut down on resource storage by about 1/3. Alright, by the looks of... Yep. Ooh, we're not gonna be able to just look at everything, are we? Ooh. I think the Tiamat might have to wait until next week. Screenshot, why not? Alright, so let's see how this does against some kind of Glacave thingy. Didn't want to do that. So it's around 550k. Let's spawn in a Glacave thingy that's around 550k. What is a 550k thing? The Combine, which we're not doing because the Combine is a godly. So we're doing the Backstop, which I think might also be a godly. Hold on. Backstop. The Backstop is a hard. This is a medium design. Alright, so rough rule of thumb, medium design Stonelight Presence thing should be able to beat a hard Glacave thing. I'm setting the bar high, mostly because Glacave has set the bar so high. Alright, so, yep. What the hell? Okay. Yep, there's the Backstop. Wait, is the Backstop a pierce? Oh, wait. Alright. Distinct. Wait, this is the outdated Backstop. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. We can do better than that. About on par with things one difficulty higher than them, basically? Yeah. Because I'm just thinking of neater, and like how a godly Deepwater Guard design, except for the Tarpon, obviously, like if you throw, say, a Plunderer or a Crossbones against, say, the Palisade. The Palisade might lose that one. It's hard to say exactly, but it's... I'm saying that just because Stonelight has been left behind so much in terms of, like, the overall effectiveness of the craft. I'm setting the bar high, so if people so if people don't quite manage it, they'll still be a lot better. I just now realized that putting hundreds of tiny missiles at the bottom of one might be laggy, especially with my computer. Nah, dude, like, on par, I can imagine it would be awkward to stream FTD, lots of building with the campaign would be a lot of watching map, but bad was getting laggy. Yeah, what is, I'm just saying, the thing about 5 hours kitchen tile deco stream is that people will go there to listen to you speak. So I just make CC stuff, no one wants to watch me do kitchen tile deco for 5 hours straight. Yeah. I have heard Azusa's voice. Her voice is fine. Just throwing that out there. Where is the thing? There's the thing. Okay. I want to... Which is the front? There's the front. Okay, then. I just now realized, haven't heard of you. Can a gal not yet? Yep, well... If you are... Well, just like, it's a rough bit. Streaming is rougher if you are a woman or feminine, female, whatever. It is a rougher deal. Especially, like, judging by my analytics, most of my regular viewers are male, or they're a boy. They are the boys. And so you imagine you being an woman, trying to do content in a really male-dominated video game space. It's like, Azusa's content is actually pretty good. They shout out to the, what's it? Primaris, the Beat the Primaris tournament. Very nice. What was I doing? I literally just forgot what I was doing. Hold on. What was the thing I was looking at? 550, 550. Backstop. That's what I wanted. Backstop. Oh. The noob. Oh. Why does it say... 7,000. Why does this... Why is it a different material storage there than there? Alright, maybe not the backstop then. What's a different thing we can use? What is a different thing? Oh yeah, alright, let's... Wait, no, the specimen needs a lot of work. Damn it! Yep, Fulero has heard me once. Yay! Yep, streamers can be the best... White noise! Call us dudes! Being a woman on the internet gives you more popularity, which is a double-edged sword. Well, yes and no. At least on average. It's not as likely as I thought it would be. Do medium instead. We are the boys and the girls and everyone in between are inclusive here. Yep. What the hell do I test this thing against? Not the specimen. Not the Lorentz. Not the lift. Vortex? Vortex is a bit touching. Not the anchor bolt. Damn it. What the hell do I throw this thing against? Dual axe? Let's go dual axe. Wait, the dual axe might... What is the dual axe? The dual axe might be... Is it a godly... Dual axe is a... Hard. Okay, that'll do. It's also a lot cheaper than this thing, so... There's room for cost cutting there. Right, so it has lots of lasers doing laser things. This also has lasers doing laser things. Alright, so this thing... Alright, so that is a lovely reminder. Ooh, lordy, that is a lot of damage. Alright, this thing needs missile defense, and a lot of it. Wait. Needs missile defense. Combat. Testing. Benchmark. Needs to beat. Carvade. Dual axe. Which is a tall order, I know. Just tell me otherwise. Quite a few lectures are wary of lesbians. Pretty much engineers have to be careful because they might catch feelings. Oof. Oof. Throw it against 34 commodities, propellers. Unfortunately true. That one's so good. Yeah, like, the thing is that women on the internet and real life, you can there's some things that kind of work, from my understanding. Disclaimer, I'm not a woman. I've not got direct, if that wasn't obvious. It's things like, I have a partner. Like, be it boyfriend, girlfriend, or just gender-neutral partner. That puts some lechers off. Not all of them. You could say things like, I'm a lesbian. Like, some people are encouraged by that, rather than dissuaded. And that's awkward. Speaking from experience, that doesn't work. Yep. Remember, lying is fine. Shout out to all the women who still go on the internet. Despite the pain in the arse that it actually is. Kill them with rocks. Unfortunate. I hope you meet better people going forward. Yeah. That's all you kinda can do, really. Alright, let's see how we're doing here. Alright, we're not doing great here. This is kind of the problem with a twin hull design. Oh, wow. Ooh, right. What happened here? Did this thing get EMP'd? Did the transmitter get taken out? It doesn't look like it. Wait a minute. Alright. Alright, so if I was a... Ooh, that wait. Transmitter is on the same channel. Alright, where's the wireless transmitter? Did it get damaged? Interesting. Hold on a second. That's interesting. The whole thing stopped firing. How did that happen? How did this thing get destroyed? That's like... Aha, no, this thing... the AI department did get damaged a lot. That might have been... Oh, wait, no. Oh, look at this! Oh, this got hit from underneath. Oh! 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 Wow, glad I spotted that. This is why combat testing is so good, because it looks like... Yeah, this is not a full heavy armor wrap. This is why I say full heavy armor wrap needed. Also, the fact that the AI is right at the center of mass is not the best idea. Alright. AI compartment needs full HA wrap. All good. Simply quit. This plasma charge could probably be set to fire 360 degrees with the fail stuff soldering and trying to... Oh yeah, does it have firing restrictions by the look of it? Introduce them to US friend baseball bat. Yesterday someone joined my Genshin world. I was gonna let them take some mats, but nah, they joined to hit on me. What? How? Like, huh? What's also, you know what's also weird, like in MMOs, which Genshin Impact technically is, if you have a female avatar, people will hit on you. Like, even if they have no idea what your gender is in real life, apparently, if you have a female avatar in an MMO, people will creep on you. Like, I've never seen it myself, this is just what I've heard secondhand, but it's like, it really does kind of highlight how people do that kind of thing, not genuinely to, like, find love or company. It is a little power trip, a little creepy power trip. Those plasma turrets, it's simply good, did enough a day. This thing is very slow moving forward, back. Actually, yeah, this thing is slow as balls. It needs to be faster. I'm not going to suggest to myself just to stream. Wait, huh? Dang, I didn't know that can happen. I'm quite certain there's very little way to ascertain gender in the game, though. That's unlucky. Wait, who wouldn't fully wrap their AI core in HA? Well, Silverbird didn't. I have a feminine user. Oh, yeah, sometimes that's enough. Funnily enough, that's happened to me. I am a dude. Yeah, this is why I don't let people into my world. The only MMOs I've played is in closed parties with people I know. That's probably the better way to do it. Hit them with the surprise Venus. Well, actually, I got hit on by the most shallow person in the world in the MMO like last week. Yep. Haven't had to mean it. Probably because Night World is not feminine enough, but I always take female models. Yeah, I think your username probably spared you from that, Nightworld, because Nightworld, at a glance, that is Nightworld, masculine name. Same with here. Like, I don't do MMOs or stuff like that, but like border-wise, that wouldn't strike. I don't think that would strike a lot of people as a feminine username. Bearing in mind that people tend to have quite a shallow idea as to what constitutes a feminine or not feminine username. Yeah, this is a very nice view up on this soapbox that I have here. What was I doing? Oh yeah, this thing needs to be more fast. This thing needs to be faster. Alright, so needs to be faster and more maneuverable. I haven't been mistaken for a woman, but I have had people ask me to fist them because of my name. Oh no, yeah, okay, I can see that. Which, let me assure you, is not what it's about. Oy. Like, remind us, John. John McFist, that's a reference to zero punctuation, right? To be fair, that is probably a joke. Probably. Hopefully. I hope that's a joke. I really hope that's a joke. Yes, zero punctuation. Hey, which, unfortunately... Oh yeah, zero punctuation. That just reminded me of how the Escapist has just gone off the road. This is not good armor. Yeah, armor all around I think needs some optimization. Yep, so armor needs optimization. Okay, armor needs optimization. What else? Yeah, zero punctuation. And you're the literal only person who has ever clocked that. Because it's like, I just remember that one thing. Man, I used to love zero punctuation. Still sometimes watch Semi-Rambomatic's good. Because it's the same thing. It's the same person. Except he's been doing it for so long that, like, he's more mature and reasonable now. I would be worried about the mental capacity for someone genuinely asking to be fisted by internet strangers. Yeah. Pole jump scared. Yep, well... Alright, let's do the fun thing. Let's do back, front, cut above. And let's see here. What does this armor is? Yeah, this is bare minimum. Oh lordy. I mean, to be fair, there is an air gap in here, and that is good. Let's move that to So there is yonder AI compartment. And yeah, this is it. It's not bad. This would probably be beam slopes. And there's no spaced armor on top, so that is an issue. And there's ACBs in here? Yeah, those ACBs are like... Oh, there's a bunch of ACBs that don't do anything. Hold on a minute. Alright. Remove surplus ACBs. There we go. Automod? I'm allowing that. Which review is that? Even Twitter? I don't even remember talking about stereotypical manly names and list of John Fist. I think it was like... It was probably a Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops review talking about like how boring the names are. Damn, I probably could have told you that. Also thought it was a fisting joke. Of course you did. It's unsurprising. To be fair, like, I don't know. Let's be fair to Azusa. She's not the only filthy person in the world. Everyone's filthy occasionally. Okay, let's see here. I think that's all the notes I really have here. Like, what is generating the power here? Actually, it just occurred to me. Where are the fuel engine generators? It's gonna be somewhere around here. What is this? What is going on here? Ah, the engines need optimization. They're connected funny. Alright. Fuel engines connected. Fuel engines need do-over. Connections are weird. Alright, So this says, what? How does this thing charge its batteries? Also, I should... Oh, that's what those turrets look like. They're mostly neck. Cutting off, and... Righty ho then. What is actually charging the batteries? Is it these things? Is it these things? Is anything charging the batteries? Hold on, let's spawn in our good friend, the commodity. There's nothing charging the batteries. Oh, and this thing doesn't have enough power. Ooh, power needs a do-over. Ooh. Hold on a minute. It also has electric engine. It does the thing again. Alright, so... Flex power, remove electric engines. Hold on a second. Okay, it is what's charging? What's... I'm so confused. What is charging the batteries? Is it these things? Yes, it is. Okay, it's not unreasonable, but it needs better electricity generation. Move electric engines, improve energy generation, because I suspect it can't keep up. In fact, I know for certain it can't. Let's spawn in an indestructible commodity. Yeah, look at that power go down. It can't keep up. This is a common thing I'm seeing, actually. It's just relying on, like, lots of batteries to keep the power going, which is all well and good until the batteries get blown up. Jeez. Okay, then. I only use Twitter to follow artists. I don't interact with peeps. Fair enough. I would post my art on Twitter, but I don't want to. Good idea. I've got 200 missiles on the bottom right now, and it still hasn't crashed my computer. Is that the goal? Is that the goal, I am Grod? Gotta add more. I also know nothing about zero punctuation. Don't forget the enemy will counter missile. I'm also filthy, just not my username, and not in communities for boat game. Separation of church and state, but it's a separation of game and horny. I also generally separate game and horny. Fast Haugen, British Australian man, talks fun at Australian video games that are supposedly from loot. He actually lives in Los Angeles these days, Mr. Artsy Croshaw. A lot of injector engines, but there are some people don't believe in separation. Hello, Hoilepa! I know they're saying to me, hello, we're talking about fisting. No, we are not. There's a giant space model laser that could put steam in turbines there instead of many tiny injector engines. Now that you mention it. Many small injector engines are 100% fine, but either there's not enough or they're just set up wrong. Yeah, I think it's just this... for the record, this is not an injector engine. This is a supercharger engine. I don't think that... Are there injectors on this at all? There's some in the front. Oh lordy. Yep, here they are. These are not ideal at all. Oh mama. Yeah, no, no, this needs a do-over. Yep, there's some in the front, some in the back, and they are not charging batteries. Yeah, no. Yep, nope. Yep, nope, this needs a rethink, this needs a do-over. Honestly, I would lose the plasma and just go full laser for this thing. I use the injector prefab all the time. I mean, what? This one? Like, there's no reason not to have a 3x3. These are the power brick prefab, aren't they? I came to stream and thought you'd butchered another Deepwater Guard ship. Haha! Hello, Chocoar. Yep, nope, I didn't do that. It's a good tiny engine. Just steal the ones I put in the crucian. Is that build called Mephistu? Nope. What is it? Nope, it's called the Tesseraconturans. There will be no more mentioning of fisting at all. Yeah, oh boy. Alright, I'm tired. Alright, so what's next? The Hecate, or the Hecate. As I like to say Hecate, I know it's not really pronounced that way. Nice green laser, very nice. I would be tempted to just convert this whole thing to laser and have it essentially do a Cantabrian circle. I need to figure out how to do that, because I think that's probably the best broadside behavior possible. I do have a couple of fuel engine prevents life flight posting including the turbo, but I really have the internal space to fit someone. Flying catamaran. Yep. Yep. You can call me Ari. That's how most of the internet. Got you, Ari. The builder's giving me Necron vibes. Stonelight does have Necron vibes. It is kind of their thing. Alright, let's review our notes on the Tessaconturers. I'm determined to pronounce that correctly every time. Alright, so material/weapon restrictions lifted, can experiment to improve effectiveness. More color variation, greeling/icons needed. Can lean more towards flying temple aesthetic rather than air galley. Medium design can cut cost a bit. Cost cutting, reduce laser frequency doublers. Cost cutting can reduce amount of batteries. Cost cutting can reduce GPP and use 360 detection instead of 90-degree directional directions. Can cut down on resource storage by about 1/3. Needs missile defense. AI compartments needs full AI wrap. Needs to be faster and more maneuverable. I still don't remember how to spell that. Armor needs optimization. Remove surplus ACBs. Fuel engines need do-over, connections are weird, lacks power, remove electric engines, improve energy generation. Basically just rethink that stuff. Combat testing benchmark needs to beat Glacave dual axe. Alright, jolly good. That's enough notes. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I am done. Yep, no, my brain is full. I've got the fuzzy. I have the fuzzy brain now. We're finishing on time today because we're not going to be able to do the Hecate and the Tiamat. Also, if anyone springs the frickin' canoe redeem on me right now, I don't want to commit to reviewing anything else! Okay, I was bracing for the jackhammer sound. Thankfully, that did not happen. I'm just tempting fate now. I should shut up. Can you please? You know what we need now? More commodities. Lots of commodities. All the commodities. Here we go. Okay, gonna go melt in 102 degree weather. Nice one, random top hat. Halfway to canoe. Canoe now. Could we have more fish in main end and those small objectives that repair and move electric? Yeah, the electric engines have to go. I'm just waiting to derail the next non-FTD stream. Mr. McFist, you might be waiting for us a long time. Ah, boy. Okay. Okay, there's that. Okay, everyone enjoy this, please. And we're gonna go with Parkside. We've done that. And here we are! Ooh. Oh, cool! This is named after supposedly a mythical galley. Mythical, I say. Have you heard of this mythical galley? Excuse me, sir. Have you heard about this mythical galley? This is probably over 1,000 words. This is almost certainly over 1,000 words. Oh boy. Need to copy paste a lot of things. I mean, this thing is good at massacring commodities because it has enough spaced armor to deal with that. Okay. And post. Hey, it was not over 1,000 words. Very nice. Okay. I'm gonna leave now. Alright, who shall we stream? We got Gorlath and Neckelboy. We raided Neckelboy yesterday. Yeah, bro, this bomb at 96 has been sent across the missile. Nice. What's that announcement you put out in the morning? The thing about craft themes? Wait, what? Huh? Okay, I'm being so close yet so far from a non-BW computer. What's that about? I didn't put out... I don't remember putting anything out about craft themes. Alright, I remember nothing. My condolences. I don't have AC in my house. In your Discord about FTV. Oh! Right, that's the building event thing. So yeah, the building event. So yeah, shout out to me Patreon and me Patreon Discord. Every month we do a building event thing. It's not a contest, it's not a tournament, it's just people submit their designs and it's based on theme. So, what was last month? I think last month was Weird Little Guys. What else have we done? We've done... I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, so that's what that was the announcement. It's like, what is this month's theme supposed to be? And I'm taking suggestions. Waiting for next building video. Yep, last month was Pride Vehicles. Azusa, spoilers! Although I shouldn't have said that out loud. Do we build live or just submission? It's submission, so you submit it in Blueprint, in the Blueprint submission channel. There's a lot of collisions happening over there. Anyway, I'm going to flip a coin to see if we raid Gorlath or Neko, as is tradition. This thing is not centered. Okay. So, what do we got here? Ah, we've got the New Zealand 50-cent coin. Shock horror, New Zealand still has money. What was asking for submission? Interesting. Azusa! You made me drop my coin. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Alright, so it's going to be heads Gorlath and tails Neko. So let me show you the coin. It's fine. So, 50 cents. You don't see many of these around any day because everyone pays with, you know, digital money. And it's got... I just forgot what the other side was. We've got Queen Elizabeth II, because, of course, she is dead, but we didn't notice down here. Come on, that's my one funny to stream. That is fair. Azusa has been very tame today. Neko is currently BRB. Let's flip anyway. It's Gorlath, tails Neko. Whoop. It's Neko! Which means I can raid and run, tee-hee-hee. Okay then, I've had enough of everything. I'm leaving. Right, raid. Neko boy blue. Alright, see you everyone. See you next week. Ugh. Raiding, and oh yeah, if you're watching this later on YouTube, do remember to subscribe. Thank you. It does help out the VOD channel a lot, and it needs all the help it can get. Thank you. Thank you very please. Okay then. Have a good one, everyone. Remember to brush your boats. I don't know. Bye!